you picture this? You know, rockin' with CYPT. Podcast of the D with Clay and the crew. It's like my CTV. They be giving game out so much, you could take the same route. Especially if you take risks, this YouTube view makes sense.
What up, though? What up, though? What up, though? You're listening to the CYPT podcast. It's the podcast of the strongest, fastest, most powerful print shop on this side of the Eastern Seaboard.
Oh,
I'm just Niles.
it's your boy Boogie behind the camera.
I'm Bree.
And today we have with us Miss Rosilyn Brown. She is the daughter of Hall of Famer Turkey Stearnes.
Hold on, wait, we got Keenan back here too.
Did you put him up?
Yeah. He on there.
He on there?
Yeah.
All right.
The games are
Say
here.
what up to the people, Keenan.
Hi. Hello. How are you doing?
Then we have Miss Brown, daughter of Hall of Famer Turkey Stearnes. Miss Rosilyn, thank you for being here with us today.
Thank you for having me.
No. We truly appreciate it. Give us a little background about your time here. You grew up in Eastern Market? Or across the street from Eastern Market?
Yeah, well, when I was little, we lived across the street from the Eastern Market. We lived on the east side. We were on Watson and Rivard. And I grew up there until I was 7, and then we moved to the west side, and we've been on the west side ever since.
I am curious, what would you say is the biggest difference between Eastern Market when you lived over there and now?
It's a little different. When we were living there on the east side, it was convenient going to the Eastern Market because we got fresh food daily. And we really enjoyed that because every Saturday, that's where my mother did all of her shopping. And the farmers would come and you had fresh produce and everything. And then at the end of the day, when they were about ready to leave, you could get things really cheap. And now it's not as large as it used to be because the farmers, a lot of them are no longer doing things like that.
It used to be bigger?
Yeah.
Eastern Market is huge.
Oh, yeah. Eastern Market was more. There were more people coming to the Eastern Market than there are now.
No way.
Yes.
I absolutely love Eastern Market. So tell us.
Yes, we love going there. I mean, now you could spend a whole day at the Eastern Market just getting things and going around into all the different things that they had there. And everything was fresh, everything.
Was Birch there then, or was it? It wasn't there.
No bank, no conveniences, none of that stuff was there.
It was just a farmer's market.
It was just a farmer's market.
It's huge.
Huge, yes.
Tell us about your father and this wonderful book that you have here. Okay,
Dad used to play with the Negro Leagues, and he went into the Hall of Fame in 2000, and he passed in 1979, so that was done after he passed, and that's the sad thing about it. But I would say better late than never. And we never knew how great Dad was as a baseball player until after he passed, because the journalists were starting to come to the house because there was a mobile exhibit going around the country about Dad, because there was a book written about him called Detroit Stars and Turkey Stearnes and the Detroit Stars. And that wasn't really about Dad because there was only one chapter in there about Dad, and it was just showing his statistics. But people started getting interested in the Negro Leagues and Dad. And so they made a mobile exhibit, and the mobile exhibit was going around the country. And when they got to Detroit, there were some people here that said, ooh, they said after they read the book and then they saw the mobile exhibit, they said, ooh, your dad should be in the Hall of Fame. And my mother had tried for 20 years to get Dad into the Hall of Fame with no success because she didn't know what it really took to get him in. And these guys, there were 5 guys that when the internet came out, I put on my profile that I was Turkey Stearnes' daughter. And they said, well, if you're really Turkey Stearnes' daughter, how would you like it if we help get your dad in the Hall of Fame? And I thought they were being sarcastic, because when you get on the internet, you hear all kinds of stuff, and people are talking to you and saying things, and you don't know what's the truth and what's not. And I said in a sarcastic way, I said, okay, shoot your best shot, because we've been trying for 20 years. And they said, okay. And then everything they said came true. And we were like, I said, oh my God, I'm going to have to apologize to these guys because they were really serious. And it did. It only took them 1 year to get Dad into the Hall of Fame. And so that's in my book. I'm not going to give you the names because I want you to read the book. And I wrote the book because everybody knew Dad's statistics, but they didn't know that he was also a great father and grandfather and a great man. And I wanted people to realize how great Dad really was as an all-around human being.
We went to the Lions game the other day, and we were on the field for it. And when you're just watching it on TV, you're just seeing all these titans and all these these sports players doing their thing. But when you see them up close on the field before the game starts in the practice, you see them talking to their families, and it just looks like a dad is going off to work. That's all he's doing. That's what he's saying to his wife and his kids. Dad's got to go to work for a little bit. I'll see you as soon as the game's over. What's that like, being like before he goes to the games, or what was it like for you experiencing him being a sports hero, but to a father to you? Just what's that like?
Well, we didn't get involved in the sport that he was involved in, baseball, because Dad had finished baseball in 1945. He played from 1923 until 1945, and then when they saw the problems that Jackie Robinson had, that's when all of the Negro Leagues decided, okay, they needed to do other things and go to other professions, because they had always wanted to be in the major leagues, but they knew that was a hopeless situation right now because all of them were in their 40s and 50s. And so they decided to go to other professions, and my dad ended up working at Ford Motor Company, and he had done that anyway while he was playing ball, because when the season was over, they had to, go to other jobs anyway.
He was playing ball and working at Ford.
Yeah.
How?
Oh, they did some wonderful things. These guys, there was a lot going.
Lucrative back then.
Yeah.
There were no sponsors. There were no big time contracts. There was nothing like that back then.
They were just playing baseball?
Pretty much for a regular salary, like an everyday person.
So it was a job.
It's seasonal.
Regular season.
Yeah,
job.
it was a regular season, but then they had to do other things too. So
I can't imagine.
I know, that's why I want. That's why we want people to know about these guys, because what they went through 2 world wars. They went through the Spanish pandemic. They had the depression that they also had to deal with, and they had to deal with discrimination on top of all of that. And I say that they played for the love of the game, because all of the things that they went through, if we went through that kind of stuff now, we probably wouldn't make it. But they they were doing what they loved to do, and they excelled at it. And now that's being proven, because now they're being recognized as major league ball players. And not only that, but their statistics are now combined with the major league statistics. And a lot of those players now, including my dad, are in the top 10 in all of the statistics. Dad right now, we found out just recently that he's number 1 in the home run hitting. And Josh Gibson, another Negro League ball player, is number 1 in most hits. And
what was his numbers? Did they say how many he hit for home runs?
Dad?
Yeah.
I don't know the exact number. You can look it up.
But he is number 1.
But he is number 1 in that. And Josh Gibson is too. So Ty Cobb and Babe Ruth have been moved down some. So, and we have other Negro League ball players that are also in the top 10. So history has changed.
They just did that in the last 2 years and integrated the Negro Leagues into the stats of the major leagues.
The stats were completely different. They didn't even have the stats in there?
Nope.
They just did that? This is just a thing?
Yeah, they just did that. The Major League Baseball was supposed to do it 2 years ago, but they said that it took them this long to do it because they had to verify that the statistics were authentic.
Verify?
Yeah.
Wow. What were some of the things that you can recall? Did you ever play catch with Dad, or
Oh yeah,
teach you
my
how to...
sister and I, we played softball. Women couldn't play hardball then, so we did play softball. And one of the things I liked about Dad, he always came to our games.
Underhand or actual pitching? Wind up.
Underhand.
Okay. Oh, so like that. Okay. Okay.
And we played on a mixed team. We had a team that was named after Dad. We called it the Turkey Stearnes Mets, and we were the top team in the Parks and Rec.
You said he didn't miss a game.
He didn't miss a game. Dad didn't miss anything. When we were growing up, Dad was all there. He gave us all the support. My sister and I are both musicians. We're both educators, and he supported us in everything.
How was it? I just don't even how he could find time to go to every game and play
and go to work.
That's
Well, he wasn't playing when we were born. Dad stopped playing in 1945. I wasn't born until 1946, and my sister was born in 1947, so we never actually got to see Dad play.
You were a retirement present.
Hmm?
You were a retirement present.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
not Were you really good at baseball? Was it genetic? Was it in the genes?
Oh, yeah. We were good players. My sister was a good fielder, and I was a good hitter. My dad even told me one time, he saw me hit a home run in one of my games, and when I hit it, he said, "Oh, you hit just like me." And my coaches hated that because they couldn't do nothing with me after that. So Dad had to take me to the side. They said, "Look, you got to listen to your coaches." He said, "Because you want to help them win the game." I said, "Okay, since you said that, Dad, that's what I'll do." So I started doing that. But I was really happy that he said I hit like him because I was a long ball hitter. So I enjoyed that. And now we're trying to, now we formed an alliance called the Negro Leagues Family Alliance, where we've got some of the families that had Negro League ball players in their families. We formed that because we wanted to, one of our initiatives is to get the interest back in baseball, because we're not seeing a lot of African Americans now playing baseball. And right now you don't even see a lot of baseball fields anymore. They're tearing them down and they're changing them. You see basketball and football and soccer, but you don't see baseball.
Why do you think that is?
And now, like they say, if you see him, you can be him. And that's what we want to revive again. We want them to see, now that the Negro League ball players are in the books, we want our folks to see that now they can pursue baseball.
Because we weren't represented like that.
Right. We haven't been represented like that for a while. And that's a shame, because these guys work so hard to do that. And we want to continue that legacy.
Even they worked even harder, actually.
Oh, well, yeah, they did. Because what they went through, they don't have to do that anymore.
Like what? What were some of the things they had to go through that you don't have to do anymore
Well,
in baseball?
They had 2 world wars. They went through the Spanish pandemic. They had depression, discrimination. Discrimination is still going on, but not like then. You don't have to worry about getting lynched and hanged and not walking down Main Street, or you can't go to the bathrooms, or you can't drink water, or you see signs saying whites only. You don't see that anymore.
How do you get the name Turkey?
Oh, now that's up for conversation. Dad told people that when he had a pot belly and they called him Turkey, but what I heard from him when he told me, he said it was because the way when he ran around the bases, it looked like he was flapping his arms, so they gave him the name Turkey. Because he had a lot of speed too. Because Dad was a good all-around player. He could field, he could hit, and he could run. And he played center field, and he pitched. And Dad said, in order to be on the Negro League ball team, you had to play 2 positions and bat 300.
Really?
Yes.
Bat straight off the rip.
Mm-hmm. Everybody.
Jeez.
That's how good these guys were. And now you're seeing it, because when you look at the statistics, you'll see.
What was your favorite thing about him that had nothing to do with baseball?
Dad was just a great human being. He supported his family. He loved his grandchildren. Family came first. And education, he was a stickler about education, and that's why my sister and I have been educated. I have my master's degree. My sister has hers. And we were academic students. We were honor students all through school. And Dad was right there for everything. And one of the things I really liked that Dad didn't do, and my son really said, he said that was one of the things he liked about Dad too. He said Dad will get up at night and walk through the house, and he wanted to make sure everybody was safe, so he checked the windows and the doors, and he would come to your room and put a flashlight in your face and make sure that you were okay.
What?
And he did that every night.
That's cool.
And he was a great babysitter too.
He was
The
a great
kids loved him.
babysitter.
Yeah, when Dad retired from Ford.
See, now I'm curious. What color was his costume and cape? what color was these? What were these colors? Because You know,
He wasn't a
superheroes
superhero, but you could say he was because he was our superhero. He was.
Yeah.
That's what a superhero sounds like.
Yeah.
Why do you think baseball isn't as popular right now as some of the other sports?
Well, because of all the money, and plus they're not seeing a lot of
Physicality.
us playing baseball. They're seeing us go to basketball, football, and soccer.
Physicality.
Mm-hmm.
The
I'll say
physical.
that was
Baseball's
one
not
of my
physical. There's nothing.
favorite
There's no
like-
violence.
in the stand sports to go see. I've been to a few baseball games and it was so fun.
Mm-hmm. And people are saying now that, oh, baseball is boring.
It's not.
No, it's not. It's not boring.
I feel like it's easier to follow than
And
football.
it's a lot safer than the other sports. You
You
don't
know,
have to
some
worry
of the
about-
balls becoming quick.
Hence the
Some of the
reason,
balls
hence the
becoming
reason
real
why
quick.
Yeah,
baseball
but you
has
don't see
gone
people
down.
getting, and you don't see people breaking legs and arms and
That's the
getting
problem
knocked
with it.
out
That's the
and having
problem.
heart attacks and
That's
none of
true.
that. Okay.
That's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
The job
The
planning.
country's just, the world in itself is just more violent, so we
Exactly.
into more violent sports.
Exactly.
So baseball kind of has to be thrown to the wayside.
Yeah,
That's
because
why
when
the
we were
country's
coming up,
soccer's not really the top sport here. We need violence here in America.
yeah, when we were coming up, you saw baseball fields were everywhere, and they were at every school.
There was a lot more baseball fields. When did you start writing this book? And can you show us the people on camera?
Where did I put it?
In any one of those right there. Tell us about the book. When did you start writing it? What story did you want to
Okay,
get
I
across?
started writing the book during the pandemic, and it got published in 2023, February 2023. And I decided to do that because one of the ladies at my church, I'm a musician, I'm the choir director at
Oh, you do everything.
That's nice.
yeah, I'm the choir
That's cool.
director at Amazing Grace Lutheran Church. And one of the ladies heard me telling the story about Dad, and she said, you know what, you ought to write a book. I said, I thought about that. And I said, why didn't you say this in 2000? And she said, I do this for profession. I'm an editor. And she said, if you write it, I'll edit it. I said, okay. And that's what we did. Her name is Sandra Burgess, and she did. She edited the book, and we put it together, and she liked it, and I liked what we did. As a matter of fact, she came up with the name because the name I wanted, I argued with Mark Fallon for about 2 weeks before I came back to her, and I said, look, Sandy, we're going to have to come up, think outside the box. And so she came up with 5 different names, and she said, look at these and see what you think. And I saw this, and I said, oh, yes, this says everything, because it says fans called him Turkey, and that was his nickname, and I called him Dad. That says everything that I wanted it to say, so that was perfect. And then I took a little survey with my friends and family, and everybody picked that name out of the 5.
Well, what was the original name that you wanted to call it?
I wanted to say something like home run hitter, I was stuck on home run because I knew Dad hit a lot of home runs, and he was really good at it. So everything I came up with had something about home run in it. And they didn't want that. I said, okay. But I didn't like what they came up with either because their names were so long. I said,
You could have added the home run in there. Turkey home run Stearnes.
it was something like that.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
He must have been knocking them out the park.
He was.
Blasting them.
He
The bats
was.
were heavier back then too.
And one of my favorite stories about Dad's hitting is him and Satchel Paige were good friends, and one time Dad was on the opposite team of Satchel Paige, and so Satchel Paige Dad had come in front of Satchel Paige and got 3 hits from me. And so the 4th time Dad came to bat, Satchel Paige said, see if you can hit this, and he rolled the ball to the plate.
He had jokes.
Yes, they had a lot of jokes. They played and they had fun too. They really did.
He ever took you to a batting cage? Was that batting cages then? The batting cages? Where they practice how to
Oh no,
swing?
they didn't have batting cages. They didn't have none of that modern stuff.
What?
They didn't even have
Practice.
barriers in the fields. You had to just be able to read the batters, and that's why your best outfielder had to be your center fielder because they had to be able to run and get the ball wherever it was hit. Because you didn't have like 400 feet or 300 feet or 475. You just had to know baseball and know the batters, how to read the way they hit.
Center field's got to cover half of left field, half of right field, and center field.
Yeah.
That's what the center fielder is responsible for.
Are you still do you still follow baseball to this day?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah, I'm a baseball person.
Baseball fanatic.
We came from a baseball family. And Dad sang too, but he wouldn't sing in public. He wasn't a public person.
Oh, he was a shower singer. Shower singer.
And showers weren't popular there. They took baths.
Well, there you go.
But he sang at home. One of his favorite was Old Time Religion, and I put that in the book because he loved that. Give me that
I was
Old
about to say Rubber
Time
Ducky, but okay.
Religion.
In the book, everybody who writes a book has a favorite excerpt or a part from there or a favorite chapter. Do you have a favorite one in this one?
Yeah, my favorite is when I talk about we need to get back to the old traditions because that really worked. Because when we grew up, the neighbors took care of the family. You know, I said it takes a village to raise a child, and it really did because we were fortunate enough to be in neighborhoods where everybody knew everybody, and everybody took care of everybody. Because on our block, we lived on Carter. When we moved to the west side, we were living on Carter, and we were between Linwood and Lawton. And we had movie theaters, and we had stores, and we had pharmacies, and these were black-owned places. We had bowling alleys right there in the neighborhood. And if you did something, you were afraid to do it because the neighbors would tell mom and dad, and you caught twice as much trouble from mom and dad after hearing about it from the neighbors. So, and you didn't have all this robbing and all this violence that's going on now. None of that happened because everybody was taking care of everybody.
I heard the neighbors could get with you too.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. I heard the neighbors could get with you, and then when you got home, your parents still got with you too.
Oh yeah. Now they were really upset because of the neighbors had to do something to
Someone else
straighten
had
you
to tell
out.
them.
That's right. They didn't play that. And don't get in trouble at school. Oh no, that was a no.
I mean, they couldn't call home then. What would happen? How did y'all?
Yeah, they did. They had telephones.
Oh, they call you up?
Yeah.
Oh, that's rough. I was afraid to get called when I was in school.
Oh no, you didn't want them to call home. No. Not. No. Get a call. Oh no.
Who's all on the cover of the book?
Okay, on the cover we have my dad, and then we have my sister, and then my mom is in the middle, and then I'm next to my mom, and that's my uncle.
Oh, that's cool.
And that's Eastern Market?
Mm-hmm. That's right at the Eastern Market, because we lived across the street.
I feel like we're missing out.
Yes, you are missing out.
We're missing out on the glory days.
Yes, and those were the best days because you ate fresh food, your mom cooked breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and moms mostly stayed at home and took care of the family while dad did the work and paid the bills.
Can I see that? Mm-hmm. Do you prefer baseball when you were growing up or baseball now? Because I know you still follow it.
Yeah, I still like baseball.
Sport is a little bit different than it is.
Yeah, it's a little different, and I don't like the fact that they changed the time and all of that because baseball was fine as it was.
What do you mean?
Well, they just made some changes where the pitchers have so much time they have a limited amount of time to hit, and the batters can't spend a lot of time in the batter's box like they were doing, when they're digging holes in the plate, just hitting stuff. Dad never understood why they had to do that anyway.
Oh, what was it? More or less like speed the game up.
Mm-hmm.
That was the television network saying.
Mm-hmm.
I can see the television network saying, "Speed this up."
So how long did the games normally take then?
Well, baseball is a technical sport. It's you have to think on your feet type of sport. So,
and that's the other thing I like about baseball.
You're
you
allowed
have
to take your
think.
time. You're allowed to take your time
like
in certain spots.
when you're in the outfield or the infield, you have to be able to read the batters and know what they're getting ready to do based on their positions and all of that. Mm-hmm. And when you're at bat, you have to be able to read the pitchers and know what they're throwing you and how to hit it. So you really have to think. It's a thinking game. It really is. You can't just go up there and hit. You don't know what you're doing.
But yeah, if the batter takes too long outside the batter's box, which is that little white box, the ump will tell them like, you guys, let's go.
What happens
Back
if you,
then they didn't do that.
you just had all day to?
You just had all day.
And my dad didn't understand why the pitchers needed a break because he said their pitchers pitched whenever they needed them to.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the arm. Some of them.
These guys are blowing their arms out really quickly now.
To show you how good these guys were, Satchel Paige went to the majors when he was 42, and he pitched until he was 57.
He pitched until he was 57.
At 42. Wow. Yeah, them guys back then were a lot stronger than what we got now. They probably wouldn't even.
When she said that he was playing and working at Ford, that's
ridiculous.
wild to me. Because
Think
even
about
just like
conditioning.
baseball changed, even Ford has changed. My Uncle Joey told me when he was working there, he thought working at Ford was barbaric. He said it's way
It was.
different.
Well, Dad worked in the foundry at Ford. Not when he first started, but before he retired, he was
So
working in the foundry.
molding metals.
And that was the worst place to work in Ford. Ford should have been sued for that because nobody
It
stood
was
had
a metal making hell.
The heat was tremendous and the noise was horrific. Because I had to go in there one day to get Dad. He went to work sick, and we thought he was in the house. And Mom was cooking, and she was showing me go upstairs and get Dad, and he had left. And that's another thing. You could set your clock by Dad. He always did everything on time. He was never late for anything. And he would never have been absent because that's how responsible he was.
And he just went in anyway.
Mm-hmm. And I had to go get him. I was an adult by then, so I got in the car and I went to Ford. He was working at the Rouge plant at Ford. And I went in the foundry, and I was in there for about 15 minutes, and I couldn't stand it. I don't know how anybody worked in there.
Yeah, it was different.
Mm-hmm. It was different.
But
they didn't think about lawsuits and all of that. These guys, they just did what they had to do.
It was a different time then.
Mm-hmm. And that's the attitude they had. And that's the attitude we should have now.
Infrastructure and war material had to be made.
Mm-hmm.
Detroit was
Ford?
a manufacturing hub for the United States during World War I and II.
And
That's why we
Dad
have
started
all those-
working for Briggs, and Briggs was a very racist individual. He said that there would be no blacks on his team, and as a matter of fact, Detroit was the second to last team to hire blacks on their team.
Wow. You got May 2nd declared as Negro League Day here in Michigan?
Yeah. Not me personally, but Ron Teasley's daughter. And Ron Teasley was a Negro League ball player. As a matter of fact, he traveled with my dad in his younger days. And his daughter, she knows State Representative Helen Scott, and she told her what we were about. And so they presented a referendum before the state legislature, and they unanimously passed the bill to recognize May 2nd here in Michigan as National Negro League Baseball Day.
Nice. That's cool.
Yep, Governor
That's
Whitmer
really
signed that on Juneteenth. We now have a foundation
On
called
Juneteenth.
Yeah, we now have a foundation called the Turkey Stearnes Foundation, and on Juneteenth, she came to the Hamtramck Stadium, which is also named after Dad. Now the field is called Turkey Stearnes Stadium at Hamtramck Park.
Really?
In Hamtramck.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yes.
I didn't know that. Did not know that.
You don't know a lot.
Yeah. Don't know a lot of baseball.
We got to educate you.
That's what we.
That's what we're here for.
So, have you visited the what was it? I think it's the police park now where Tiger Stadium used to be. Have you been inside that facility yet?
Yeah.
Okay. How was it inside?
That's a
there?
nice facility, too, now. Yeah.
Okay.
And they're playing baseball there, too.
Okay.
And we're hoping that Hamtramck Stadium, they're playing baseball, but they said they're going to open up the stadium for other things as well because they want people to do that because they were going to tear Hamtramck Stadium down, but the baseball researchers told them, no, that's one of the 5 stadiums left where the Negro League ball players played in the country, and especially my dad. And they said, if you fix it up, we'll keep it. And so they did. They fixed it. They renovated it, and they said once the renovations are totally completed, they're going to put a statue there also in honor of my dad.
Nice.
That's nice.
Dang, a statue.
And now there's a plaque on the side of Comerica Park at Gate C dedicated to my dad, too. And now he's in 5 Baseball Hall of Fames. He just got inducted in June at the Michigan Baseball Hall of Fame, and we went to that ceremony too. And we sang the national anthem. My sister and I sing the national anthem every year at Negro League Baseball weekend at Comerica Park. We sing the Star Spangled Banner as a duet, and we do Lift Every Voice and sing.
Nice.
Does he have any cards, baseball cards? Is he on any baseball cards?
Who?
Your father. Turkey.
Yeah, we've got some baseball cards. Would you like one?
Yes, I would.
Oh, come on.
I'll bring you one later.
I'm serious. I would love one.
Okay. I'll
For
bring
all
some.
of us.
Yeah, I'll bring some. I'll give you
We're
some.
gonna need them.
I need that.
And I have some things I want you guys to do too, so we'll talk about that later.
Okay. Well, in addition to baseball, we heard you also have a nonprofit. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Oh, yeah. This was something else Dad encouraged us to do. He knew that my sister and I were musicians, and he showed up for all of our performances, whether we were performing at church or if we had a concert somewhere. And now I'm a member of the Greenfield Rd Chorale, which is an internationally known organization. Our founder was Greenfield Rd, and he was a former music teacher in Detroit Public Schools, and before he retired, he was the department head in Detroit Public Schools. And he formed our group because he said he was tired of people saying, he wanted to break the stereotypes because he was tired of people saying that black singers could only sing rock and roll, jazz, and gospel. And so he formed this group to let people know that black singers can do all types of music. And that's what we do. And we specialize in a cappella singing and in preserving the Negro Leagues spiritual. And that's what we do. And we went to an international competition when it was here in Ohio, and we got a silver and a gold. We got a silver in classical competition, and we got a gold in spiritual competition. And we did a spiritual concert there, and nobody did that but us. We were the first. And we just went to Carnegie Hall in June of this year, and they wanted us to sing with another group. We said, we don't do that. And they said, okay, send us a tape. And so we sent them a tape, and after they heard the tape, they say, okay, we want you guys to do a debut concert. And so we did our own concert, and we did 8 songs, and they were a variety of songs, so we let them know how much we can do, and we got standing ovations, so we put Detroit on the map.
Okay.
And so now we're looking for sponsors.
Nice.
And we've been together. We celebrated 50 years in 1972, but we had to do it in 73 because the pandemic was here. And so we celebrated 50 years. So this year we're celebrating 52 years. And I've been in the group 50 years. And I'm the librarian in that group and a member.
Wow.
Oh, you doing a lot.
Yeah. I play 7 instruments and I sing.
What are the 7?
Piano, harp, organ, trombone, string, bass, guitar, handbells.
She ran those off.
That's all?
That's it. That's enough,
That's
don't
all?
you think?
Yeah, really, the music. Well, you sent in the tape. What was on the tape? All Negro spirituals? Or what
No,
was
we don't just do Negro
it?
spirituals.
What was all on the tape?
That's our main focus, the Negro spirituals, because we don't want the Negro spiritual to die, because not a lot of people are singing Negro spirituals. So we're going to make sure that continues. So we're carrying on that legacy too. But we do everything. We do a classical roots concert, and we named that concert. We do that in February, and we do that with the Detroit Symphony Orchestra, what we call that classical roots because what we do is we do a classical work written by an African American composer.
That's the one me and you went to.
And then we have another annual concert that
you
we
there?
do in December. What?
That is not what we went
Yeah,
to.
the Detroit.
No, you
The
didn't.
one, my man, the kid from Cass, he got, didn't he get an award that night?
I can't remember. But I know we went to the symphony for the classical roots you're talking about.
Okay. Who?
You mean who went?
Uh-huh.
Oh, just us as a team. Can you picture this? We had went.
Okay.
That's pretty cool.
I really enjoyed it.
One of your employees came to our concert.
Yeah,
Us.
we all came.
It was us.
Oh, you guys came? Okay.
Yeah, it was all.
No, not to the Classical Roots concert. She came. You guys were. What did I have done? I had something done here, and she had to bring it. It was. Oh, she made me some buttons.
What you
She
talking
put it.
about?
She did a collage of my dad, and she put it on some buttons. Because I was getting ready to go to a book signing, and I wanted something to take. And so she said, how about some buttons? Because after she found out who my dad was, she did it on the internet. And she looked at it. She said, oh, I could put all these pictures together on a button. And I said, okay. And she didn't have the buttons ready when she was supposed to. And I told her we were having a concert that day at 4th Street Presbyterian down on 4th Street. And she said, okay. She said, I'll bring them to the concert. And she did. And she came to the concert, and she heard us.
Shout out to the Honorable Judge C-Note.
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 C-Note. What do
And
you
we
feel
do
is-
another annual concert on in December. It's our annual holiday concert. And this year it'll be December 22nd.
Where's it going to be at?
And it's probably going to be at Westminster Presbyterian Church right there on Humboldt.
Okay.
And if we want to come, how do we? Do tickets go on sale?
Yes, tickets go on sale. And you can either see me or you can go to our website, BrazilDenard.org.
I want to go to that. What do you feel?
But we're a wonderful group. Once you hear us, you'll love us. I guarantee it.
How many's in the group?
About 40.
Nice. Nice. I would like to hear some scat one day. Those old, I don't know, the Betty Boop era, where they're just on style. The original version of rap. I guess it was called scat or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, scat. We don't scat, but we probably could find somebody that does.
Yeah, that would be cool. You don't see a lot of that anymore.
No, you don't.
Yeah, so something to keep alive too. Cause
Yeah, you want to keep all of that alive
Well, why do you find it important to keep the Negro spiritual alive?
because that's part of our history. Negro spirituals were started when we were in slavery, and that was one of the ways the slaves
Survival music.
they sang, and when they had the Underground Railroad, that's why they could do what she did. That's why Harriet Tubman was so successful. One of the reasons she was so successful was because they had to find ways to tell people what they were doing without, their masters knowing what was going on.
Code.
So they would sing these songs, and that was their code. And we knew what to do, but they didn't.
It's almost the beginning of slang. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, slang.
Almost. It
Slang.
Yeah,
That's basically what slang is.
Yeah.
Wow.
We have come up in inventive ways to not let people know what we're up to.
always have. How can the community get involved in any of these projects or in any of the?
Yes, you can come to our concerts, and you can help us get sponsors. And if you're a singer and you can pass our auditions, you can join the group. We'd love to have you.
How do I audition?
No, we ain't never heard you sing.
I'm a soprano.
No, you're not. You sound like a tenor, maybe, or a baritone.
No, definitely a soprano. How do I get involved?
Professionals.
Okay, you can see me, or you can go to our website and sign up.
What's the website?
And we rehearse every Tuesday night at Tabernacle Missionary Baptist Church on Grand River and West Grand Boulevard. And we rehearse at 6:30, promptly at 6:30. We're a prompt organization. We do everything on time.
Yeah, that prompt word.
Unlike some of our other folks.
That prompt word.
I won't mention any names.
What is the website so we can
BrazilDenard.org.
Yep.
BrazEALDENNARD.
Alrighty.
When I joined the group, I told Brazil, I said, your mother must have known you're going to be a great man, because with a name like that, And some people, when they hear our group, we've been told that they thought that we were from Brazil. And we said, no, it's not spelled. We're not the country. We're from Detroit. And when people find out we're from Detroit, they're always amazed because they can't believe that we're from Detroit. And I don't understand that because Detroit is the Motown capital of the world. Okay, so we don't just do rock and roll. We do all of it.
We do it all. We do it all.
That's right.
We build cars, make music, and
There you go.
we're better than all of you.
Unapologetically.
Unapologetically better than all of you.
Yeah, that's right.
I want to see the December show. I definitely want to see it.
Yeah, that would be
Are you
nice.
going to audition?
I want to be a part of the December show.
December 22nd.
22nd.
And when we say 4 o'clock, we mean we're on stage 3:30 ready to go at 4.
Can you please tell us?
So we cannot be late,
Can you please
guys.
tell us the location again? So everybody make sure everybody knows.
We're not sure right now, but it will probably be at Westminster,
Okay.
right there on Hubble.
Okay.
And we can all just contact you for if we want to do donations or help out in any way
Yeah, if
possible.
you want to give us donations, we accept any help.
Absolutely.
Donations, anything you want to do.
I'm singing. I'm singing.
Well, if you can sing, come on. Can you read music? Can you read music?
I can read.
Music. If I put some music in front of you and tell you to sing your part, can you do that?
Oh.
It's got to be in a pop-up.
So you're going to have to go to some practices, okay? You cannot
That's what
embarrass us.
I said. I was going to practice. That's why I was good. What time does
This
practice
is
start? At
gonna
6:30 promptly.
6:30 promptly. You should be there at 6:15 so we can get started. at 6:30.
That would just never.
We don't close till
happen. That'll
7.
just never happen. It'll never happen.
Is
You might have to go to a
And I
late
want to be a part of it. I want to.
You saw how straight his face was. He was serious.
Well, if you can't sing, you can always be on the board of directors.
What do they do?
He wants to sing.
I want to sing.
Okay.
I want to sing. I want to get my name out there, and I
Well,
want to
we'll
do the,
see
I want to
if
do the
you can-
Negro spirituals too.
We can see. We'll see. If you can pass our audition,
What do I have to do?
I'll refer you.
You'll refer me.
Mm-hmm.
What's the audition like?
That car
No, I would like to practice.
that
What's the
car crash is
audition
going
like?
to be
Well, she's going to see what type of voice you have. And then she's going to put some music in front of you and she's going to say, sing this.
So go on
no,
YouTube
let's not.
University and
This-
learn
it's
how
not-
to
And
read
now,
music.
So you got to figure out how it feels to crash out?
No, I'm sure I'll be fine. I used to play piano.
You did?
Yeah.
Did you really?
Since when?
Yeah, I used
Oh,
to
I
play
play piano.
I used to play piano. My father played guitar. He was trying to teach me how to do that before he passed. My little brother played piano and he played violin too. Like I've seen, sheet music before.
Do you sing in church?
I used to dance in church. I used to
I
sing
didn't
and
ask
dance.
you if you
I used
dance.
to
I
sing
said,
and
do you sing
yeah,
in church?
I did. I you know what? Before, what is it? The Detroit Youth Choir.
Mm-hmm.
Before they became like really super popular, I was with them.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I was. That's how I know I'm a soprano. That's
Okay,
how.
let me
That's how I
hear
know.
you. Say something. Sing something.
Yeah, I don't know
Oh,
any,
yeah.
like a Negro spiritual, like right off the bat.
No,
Or just-
anything. What you know?
anything. These microphones aren't built for that.
Oh.
Just push it away from you a little bit and do it.
They're not built for it. Bree.
Okay, well, when we get off the
But I
mic-
would definitely be there to audition. I want to be a part. I want to be a part of this,
Okay, well, I'll give you my number.
And I want to see this.
And you can call me and I'll set you up.
and make sure they never see it. But I would definitely make sure they never see it.
Okay.
But don't just give me a number. Please let everyone know how they can get in contact with you. So in case anyone else wants to audition as well.
Okay, go to our website, brazildenara.org,
Okay.
or you can contact me, 313-828-8688. Rosilyn Stearnes Brown.
Do you have any other social media that people can follow, or any other way of getting in contact with you?
I have a website, Turk Green at Yahoo. That's all. You can always do that, too.
What's on there? Turk Green.
Turk.
Yeah, that's the website. What's on the website?
At Yahoo.
No.
I don't have a
Where's the
website.
Oh, that's an
That's
email.
the
Email.
I don't have a website yet.
Oh,
I need one, but I haven't done that yet.
oh
You
yeah.
want to
maybe.
do that for
The
me?
right place.
That may be the thing that we should do for you here.
Okay, he should do that since he's pulling my leg by saying right.
I pull your leg, you know. Do you see my face?
I see your face, but I never heard that voice.
Have you ever heard him sing?
They don't know everything about me. They don't know everything. About me.
We're gonna find out.
They hear me sing. And I sing in the morning before they get here.
We're gonna find out.
I sing in the morning before they get here. Before any of them get here, I sing in the morning.
Okay.
Yeah, with my coffee. That's how I do it.
All right. You used to sing with the Detroit Youth Choir.
But I'm telling you, I every time I see them on TV,
Detroit Youth Choir yet.
no, they were. They were always called Detroit Youth Choir. Detroit Youth Choir. And every time it wasn't just me. It was Jason, the rest of the Jamesons. That's how we got started.
Oh no!
And every time I see him just on TV, just going crazy, I'm just like,
You wish they had done that when you were in there.
because they weren't doing that when I was there.
Well, they were just getting started.
They were. There was nowhere we could have
And
known.
then they
that
got on
were doing
America's Got Talent, and hey,
There was no way we could have known that.
they
That's what
took
were
off
doing.
then. We should be on America's Got Talent.
No, they was just in that church over there off Grand River. You pass it every time, and I mean, just wish I had stayed. But I wouldn't be able to join your group
Okay.
and showcase my musical talents if I stayed. So that's how things work out.
Well, we're really a good group.
I can't wait.
Okay.
Mr. Rosilyn, thank you for being here with us today.
But thank you for having me.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it. How can we get our hands on a copy of this book?
It's online. You can go to McFarland Books.
McFarland Books.
That's the publisher.
Is it on Amazon or anything like that?
Yeah, it's on Amazon, and it's on Barnes and Noble, and there are several other places selling it. But I recommend McFarland.
McFarland. Fans call them turkey.
Or you can call me, and I'll get it for you.
Can I get a signed one from you?
Yeah.
I can.
Uh-huh.
That's.
Just bring like.
I'd like a signed copy, please,
5 of them and just sign them.
because this is important. I would seriously. I'd like a signed copy from you, please.
Okay. Well, if I get them, I can sign them.
Yes.
I'll get it.
So
I
you
just
can
want
let
you
me
to sign
know.
it. Yeah.
We
Yeah,
definitely
you can
want
either
that.
get them from me or you can get them from McFarland.
How much are they?
Yes.
If I get it from you,
If you get them from me, they're $25.
okay. Then you will sign it for me too.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
There we go.
I want one.
Okay.
Fans call him turkey. I called him dad.
I would
Mr.
assume
Rosilyn Brown.
everybody here wants one of these copies.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we're all getting one.
You might as well bring in several.
I think you'll like it.
I will. Anyways, thank you so much for taking time out of your day for being here with us and educating us on Negro League baseball and
The Brazil Denard Corral.
the Brazil.
Brazil
Yep.
Denard
Yep.
Corral.
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you for preserving history.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That is awesome.
Thank you for helping us.
Boogie.
You have just listened to the Can You Picture This podcast? The podcast for the strongest, fastest, most powerful t-shirt/print shop on this side of the Eastern Seaboard. You can catch us in the heart of Detroit, Greenfield and Grand River, Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Our address is 14223 Greenfield Road, Detroit, Michigan 48227. Our phone number is 313-273-5000.